I'm a nurse, and for years I ignored my own gut symptoms while an autoimmune disease built quietly underneath them. If you're over 50 and you've been told you're bloating, your cravings, or your digestion is just aging, that's not the whole story. Today, I'll walk you through 7 warning signs your gut is sending you, the one almost everyone dismisses as normal, and the first simple thing you can do about it tonight. Because your gut isn't broken, it's burden. And after 50, it starts whispering a little louder. Let's get curious about what it's saying. Let's start with the one almost everyone blames on the food instead of the gut. You eat a normal meal and it just sits there, heavy like a rock in your stomach. Maybe you burp a lot afterwards. Maybe you get a little reflux and reach for an antacid. Here's the part that surprises people. After 50, that heavy feeling is usually too little stomach acid, not too much. Your stomach makes less acid as you age, and even less if you have an autoimmune condition, because the immune system can actually turn on the very cells that make it. Low acid means your food doesn't break down well, especially protein. So it sits and ferments and makes gas. Before your next meal, try a few bitter greens or small splash of lemon or apple cider vinegar in water. Then sit down, take a breath, and slow down before your first bite. Your gut only digests well when your body feels calm enough to shift into rest and digest mode. And if you're on an acid lowering medication, don't stop it on your own, but it's worth a real conversation with your provider about the why. If your food is moving through, but it's coming out looking different, the next sign is one hardly anyone connects to their gut. Your stools have turned pale, greasy, or they float, or you feel a little queasy after a rich, fatty meal. That's often your bile talking. Bile is the fluid that your gallbladder squeezes out to break down fat. And it's also how your body carries out old hormones and waste. After 50, bile can get thick and sluggish. And when it does, you don't absorb fat well or clear things out very well. This is a big deal for anyone with autoimmune issues because you need fat to absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K. And vitamin D is one of your main immune regulators. Support your bile with bitter foods again, like arugula, dandelion greens, a few beets, or some artichoke. Stay well hydrated and take a gentle walk after meals. That little nudge helps everything flow better and your bowel movements become regular. Here's the next one, and it's the reason a lot of people feel okay in the morning and miserable by dinner. You bloat more as the day goes on. You feel full after just a few bites, and by evening, your belly is tight and swollen. That's often a bowel movement problem. Between meals, your small intestine runs a kind of cleanup wave that sweeps leftover food and bacteria on through it. But it only runs when you're not eating. So if you're grazing all day, snacking after snack, that wave never gets to do its job, and things sit and ferment. This matters even more with autoimmune and thyroid issues because a slow thyroid slows the whole gut down. When I'm flaring, my digestion is the first thing that stalls. Space your meals about 3 or 4 hours apart instead of nibbling constantly, and give your gut a longer overnight rest, somewhere between 12 and 13 hours from dinner to breakfast. And if healthy foods have started to turn on you, the next sign explains why. The foods everyone calls healthy, like beans, onions, the broccoli, suddenly leave you gassy and uncomfortable. So your safe food list keeps shrinking. That's often a sign your gut bugs have lost their variety. After 50, years of medications, stress, and eating the same handfuls of food thin out the good bacteria. And a narrow microbiome gets overwhelmed easily. This fix isn't just fewer plants, it's a more variety of them added slowly. Aim for around 30 different plant foods across a week. Herbs, seeds, and spices do count in that 30. If you don't have histamine issues, add a spoonful of fermented food like sauerkraut, kimchi, or kefir. Start small and build up. A diverse gut makes a compound called butyrate that calms the gut lining and helps to teach your immune system to stop overreacting exactly what an autoimmune body needs. If you're already recognizing three or four of these in yourself, I put together a free GI inflammation guide that walks you through calming your gut lining and lowering the inflammation driving a lot of this, one gentle step at a time without the overwhelm. It's the kind of guide that I wish someone had handed me 20 years ago. The link is in the description and go grab it whenever you're ready. Now, let's keep going because the next sign is one that a lot of people quietly live with. Foods you've eaten your whole life all of a sudden start to bother you. And here's the strange part, you don't only feel it in your belly. Your joints start aching, your skin flares, or your head goes foggy a few hours after a meal. When the lining of your gut gets too leaky, particles slip across that shouldn't, and your immune system meets them and reacts. That reaction can slow up all over your body, not just in your gut. I ignored this connection for years, blaming my sore joints and my foggy head on everything except my gut. But they were connected the whole time. This is the root a lot of autoimmune flares trace back to. To help the lining heal, lean on bone broth and collagen for the glycine. Ask your provider about L-glutamine and pull back on the things that thin the gut barrier, like too much alcohol, ultra processed foods, and frequent pain relievers like ibuprofen. This next one is so common after 50 that most people think it's just how they are now. You're having a bowel movement less than once a day, or the stool is hard and tough to pass, and you've decided that's just your new normal. It doesn't have to be. Slow transit after 50 often comes down to a few fixable things: a sluggish thyroid, low magnesium, not enough water, and sitting too much. And it matters more than comfort. When things back up, your body reabsorbs old hormones and waste it was trying to send out, which is a burden an already inflamed autoimmune body does not need. Try a little magnesium at night. The citrate form tends to help the bowels move. Start your morning with something warm to drink and a few minutes of walking. That combination wakes up a natural reflex that gets your gut going. And the last sign might be the sneakiest of all because it feels like a personality flaw. You get hit with intense sugar and carb cravings, and you've been beating yourself up about willpower. Here's the truth, some of that craving isn't even coming from you. When the wrong gut bacteria overgrow, they send out signals asking for the sugar that they feed on. And the more that you give in, the more you feed them, and then the louder they get. So it's a cycle. I've watched this play out in my own body before, and getting the steering wheel back starts with breaking the loop. Start your meals with protein and fiber. Add fermented foods again if you can tolerate them and you don't have a histamine issue. And try something sour or bitter before you eat to steady your blood sugar. Feed the bugs you want, starve the ones you don't. Within a couple of weeks, those cravings quiet down on their own. Do you see the thread here? Every one of these seven signs is your gut losing a little of the support it used to give you for free. Less acid, less bile, slower movement, less variety, a thinner lining. After 50, especially with autoimmune disease in the picture, your gut just needs you to step in where it used to just coast through. You don't have to fix all seven this week. Just pick the one sign that made you nod the hardest and start there tonight. Which of these seven hit closest to home for you? Tell me in the comments below because I read every one. And if this connected the dots for you, please like and subscribe and share it with someone who's been told everything looks fine but knows that their gut is off. The free GI inflammation guide is waiting for you in the description below. So, your gut's been waving all these warning signs, and a lot of them trace back to one thing: a gut that isn't absorbing the way it used to. There's one overlooked vitamin your gut leans on, and when you run low, it doesn't only show up in your digestion. You'll see it in your skin and even how fast your hair is going gray. I break down exactly what it is and how to get it back in the video at the end here. So tap it now and you'll see just how much your gut has been trying to tell you. Remember, your body isn't broken, it's burdened. And when you understand those burdens, you can finally begin supporting your body in the way it's needed all along. Please take care of yourself because you deserve to feel better. And remember, we're all in this together. I'll see you in the next one.